When I was 6 months old, I came to the United States from Ecuador. I pretty much probably at that moment all I remembered was the scent of the smell of the tropical rainforest on the coast of Esmeraldas, where my father originally grew up. Because my mother wanted to have us get an education here. There's public schools, whereas the public school system in Ecuador is not as well established. The original agreement was that every 3 to 5 years we would go back and forth between the two countries. And my mother was stern and strong on that idea until my parents got a divorce. Life in Ecuador essentially was me always journeying from here in Minnesota to the exotic, wild, exuberant, precious, wonderful place that was considered where the second part of my family always existed. Being raised here as a 6-month-old baby, I pretty much learned the English language from the time I was born. I don't still to this day even know Spanish as well as I probably could had I lived in Ecuador. That's always been a big problem and a barrier for me. With that being said, the one barrier that is not a problem is the world of dance, which is something I reverted to so that I could still communicate with my ancestors, my relatives who live in Ecuador. We dance the night away. I sometimes feel like I have lost that ability to care for family as well, because every time I go down to Ecuador, I see this overwhelming encompassing feeling that everything that the family does is together. They're always together on weekends, unlike the majority of the time here. Maybe you'll get a Sunday together if we're lucky. Because in the United States they have a different test of how you become a doctor, he still pursued to study, but instead of studying in Spanish, he had to start studying in English. And that language barrier put him back at square one, and he had to all of a sudden provide for his family through painting houses. My older sister, who was blonde-haired because of my mother's genes, would be running through the store doing something, and then she would run up to him, and someone made the comment, "That can't be your child." I have a wife who I have been happily married to for 3 years. And I have certainly been able to find a shared love of dance with her. And with this, I've been able to create a dance company. And now I have a dance school that is a business that I am starting all on my own. It's a huge task to be able to be the director of who you are and an owner of your own product. But that's the responsibility that I really want to take on, because I've realized I'm unable to be completely content and satisfied unless I am paving my own pathway. I can choreograph and compose and direct things with both people here in the United States, of having those vibrant cultural Ecuadorian traditions mixed together with all forms of other traditional dances that I've seen. So it's been able to open my eyes up to the many different vibrant cultures in the world and try to learn and accept them with an empathetic eye.